Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Rohan Bansali. I hope you guys have been having a great day. I know we're just a couple of minutes shy of 8 o'clock, but I thought we'd just say hello and you guys can see me before we start the presentation. I got a little music going here. We'll maybe lower it down a bit. It's Panama from Van Halen. For those of you who aren't Van Halen fans, I'm a big Van Halen fan. Um, anyway, thanks for jumping on the call with us, and hopefully it'll be informative and enjoyable. And if you're watching on the replay, thank you very much for taking a moment to look at everything. We should be running about half an hour, and may run a few minutes over, particularly if my kids barge in for no apparent reason, but that's what happens on a live call. Okay, well, why don't we go ahead and get started? And if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave me a message in the YouTube comment section. I will absolutely get back to you, and we can talk about whatever comes along your mind. Let's see, we have some other things, housekeeping stuff here. All right, terrific. I came up. Let me just bring this up. Okay, great. Okay, so if you guys have questions, and I'll put the slide up again at the end. If you have questions, please feel free. You can find me on Facebook at that's my Facebook page, Dr. Rohan Bansali. You can email me at teamfindyourfocus@gmail.com, or you can go to my site at teamfindyourfocus.com, which has some of my backstory and some videos about my journey. You can get in contact with me through that site as well, and learn a little bit more about me and my journey. So we're here to learn about the coaching opportunity, and it is an opportunity, it is a chance to make a difference in the world and a chance to build your own business in the process. So a little about me. I have been a Beachbody customer since 2011 when I looked like that. Now I realize the picture's a little stretched out, but believe me, that is all me right there. If you are not familiar with the concept of the metabolic syndrome or pre-diabetic, that is what that looks like, with a big old gut and nothing anywhere else. I was headed for trouble, and it was about time I had made a decision. And so I started about 6 months after my daughter was born with P90, the original Power 90. The original Power 90 is the most boring program in the world. It is 4 workouts, four, 1, 2, 3, 4, over 90 days. You do 2 programs alternating for 6 weeks, and then another 2 programs alternating for 6 weeks. Needless to say, I knew all the jokes, I knew all the moves, I knew everything about the program over that time, but in the end, it worked. I lost a lot of weight, and I got a lot stronger, and allowed me to springboard into the next program. So it's just testament to, if you want to do something, you can do it. It's a funny story now, but I refused to try Shakeology for a very long time. Now it's funny because it's an everyday part of my life. I won't miss it for anything. But I took my wife after a couple of years saying, why don't we just try Shakeology and see if we like it, for me to actually get down and do it. But until then, I was all about the programs and no shakes. So I started becoming a coach in April of 2013. That was a full 2 years after I started Beachbody programs. My coach actually asked me twice to become a coach. He thought I was already doing all the things that was necessary to be a coach, and I turned him down twice. And I regret it now, but at the time I just didn't think I could do it. I was so busy. I'm a cardiologist. I never had any free time. I couldn't work the business. And I wish I joined 2 years earlier, but I didn't. And then finally, he convinced me to do it. And then after I joined, I sat and did nothing for 8 months as a coach, and until a program called P90X3 came out, which really lit me on fire and got me to help get a lot of other people involved. And once I saw the changes that they had, because of the program and because of my support, I was very much addicted to helping people lose weight. So now I'm a 2-star diamond coach, which doesn't mean anything to you and shouldn't. I am a father of 2, and that is my greatest accomplishment. I managed to help, along with my wife, raise 2 wonderful children. On the left there, you can again see me with that big old belly, and that big double chin, and I probably had some sleep apnea in there too, holding my little boy. And on the right, this is, I think, last Christmas. My little boy's not so little anymore, hanging out on my shoulders. And my daughter, who came along a little later, is there in my arms. There's no way that guy on the left is able to accomplish what that guy on the right is. And that's the heart of what we're doing here, getting ourselves healthier and stronger for the people that we love. As I mentioned, I'm a full-time cardiologist, so I am definitely very busy. And I work this business in my very regimented part-time. I'm a runner, and that's really, saying something, because all through my life I could not run at all. I'm a great bunter in baseball, but I could never get on base because even if I bunted it perfectly, I was thrown out by like 30 feet because I'm so slow and I can't run. In high school, I dreaded the mile challenge because I just couldn't get around the track once, let alone 4 times. It was just something I just was never interested or able to do. And then Beachbody came along, and I said, well, let me see if I could run a mile. And that was in 2013. I've since run 3 marathons in the last year, including the New York City Marathon, and I have another one coming up in the future, and I've run a bunch of half marathons, things like that. It's something I never thought possible. That's the beauty of Beachbody. It allows you to do things that you never thought you could do, because once you go through a program, you have that mindset that you can do anything, and you can go out and try whatever it is you want to try. I happen to love programs like P90X and PIO. I'm doing around the PIO right now, and that's about me. But enough about me. Let's move on and talk about Team Beachbody. So what is Team Beachbody? What is Beachbody? What is Team Beachbody? What's the difference? Why are we talking about it? Okay, so let's back it up a little bit. So in 1998, these two guys, John Congdon and Carl Deichler, who are the president and CEOs of Beachbody, they started this company in the back of a napkin type of thing, and decided they want to go out and help people lose weight. And a couple of years later, they released a program called Power 90, which is the first one I did with a guy named Tony Horton. And then it started gaining some traction. And in 2004, Tony Horton released a program that absolutely changed the face of home fitness. There was no question. Introduced what a rip-roaring electric guitar sounded like. Well, Tony Horton showed us what a home boot camp looked like with P90X, and changed so many people's lives that it was an absolute revolution. And what happened was, people were helping other people through the program. So what they found was that people were starting P90X and failing, and reaching out to other people who have done the program and saying, can you help me, give me some tips and tricks, how did you get through it? And those people were holding the new people accountable and helping them get through the program and helping push them through. And they realized that people were having much more success when they had this peer support. And so in 2007, they released the Coach Network, also called Team Beachbody, and we're a team of coaches. That's why it's called Team Beachbody, and a group of coaches that help people make it through the programs successfully and stay motivated and accountable. So since 2007, when Team Beachbody was created, this is what happened. Yeah. There are programs for everyone, for everything. You can see what happened almost right away is that they released the craziest and most insane, workout program ever in the history of everness, and that's Insanity by Shaun T. If you guys have never done Insanity, it's ridiculous. I had my best results after Insanity, but boy, that thing will leave you on the floor. And then some incredible programs came out, like Turbo Fire and P90X2. Body Beast came out in roughly 2011, and it's Beachbody's muscle building program. But what we found was it's very accessible to women. So as you guys have probably heard, it's really important for women to lift weights. It promotes bone density, it promotes muscle growth, maintains posture, helps metabolism. It really is important. And women tend to focus very much on cardio, but not so much on weightlifting. And so Body Beast, with a trainer named Sagi, really helps people focus on their girls focus on their weightlifting, men as well. But we found this is very accessible to women. And then some other programs came out, and in 2013, program called T25 was released, and this again changed the game. It showed us we don't have to work out for 45 minutes a day to have excellent results. T25 is, as it sounds, 25 minutes a day, 5 days a week for 60 days and produce ridiculous results because it's such high intensity. P90X3 came out, which is a program that really lit my life on fire. 30 minutes a day, amazing results. And then again, we flipped things around, and the 21-day fix was released, which had 30-minute wonderful workouts, very challenging, but definitely at the beginner level, and had a foolproof portion-controlled eating system. Basically, as long as you followed the eating system, you were guaranteed results. And then a wonderful program called PIO came out, which is a non-impact, very high intensity, very little impact program. And then P90, they revamped it. They said, well, Bensali went through this, we better change the thing up. And I took that program and I put my 70-year-old mom on P90. Yeah, my 70-year-old mom who was diabetic, and I gave her Shakeology and I gave her P90 and we put her on it, and a few months later she was down 30 pounds and her diabetic numbers went to non-diabetic, and it was just an amazing thing to see this 70-year-old woman with a frozen shoulder, no less, get modified through these workouts. And then, as if Insanity wasn't enough, we did Insanity Max 30, where basically you just go all out for 30 minutes and just hope you don't die by the end. No, I'm just kidding. And on the bottom there, we're going to talk about it in a little more detail later on with Shakeology. And that came out in 2009 and absolutely revolutionized the nutritional aspect of things. So you've had revolutions in multiple forums with Beachbody, and that's why Team Beachbody came around. Okay, so how do you know if you invest yourself in this company that's not just going to go away? I mean, so many of these kinds of companies, like the Thigh Master and Taibo and all this kind of stuff were really popular, for a little while. 8-minute abs, not 7-minute abs, 8-minute abs. They were really popular for a long time, or for a little while, and then they went away. Well, here's Beachbody's growth, right? Since Team Beachbody showed up, the growth has been basically asymptotic. It's growing, its growth curve is accelerating. In 2015, they exceeded $1 billion, and they're still growing. They're not going to sustain this level of growth forever. And right now, they're only in the U.S. and Canada. So you can imagine when they go to other hotspots like Europe and South America and Asia, how they're going to continue to grow. So this has been this is a company that is here for the long term. They are innovative. They are constantly redesigning their programs to meet new needs. Right, and started with P90X, which was a very effective long program, and then they went even harder with Insanity, and then they shortened it up with T25, and then they added an eating system with 21-day fix. It's constantly looking for something for everybody. So what are the unique aspects of Beachbody? Why is it that this company is going to outlast all the others and continue to give people what they need? Well, there's 4 real pillars of Beachbody. There's the fitness programs, which we've already spoken about. There's the nutritional component, which I'm going to touch on in just a moment. There is the peer support, which is the heart of the coach network, and of course the rewards for being part of it. So let's talk about the nutritional aspect, and let's talk about Shakeology. So people ask me a lot, what is Shakeology? And what we tell them is Shakeology is your daily dose of dense nutrition, which sounds ridiculous until you break it down. So let's go over it. Shakeology is your daily. It is something meant to be taken daily. When I miss, for whatever reason, usually it's because I've run out and I've given out samples and I don't have enough myself. When I miss a day or 2 or 3 of Shakeology, invariably I catch a cold. And I work in a hospital, there are germs and nasty things all over, and no matter how many times I alcohol my hands or I wash my hands, I'm going to be subjected to that kind of, germ, attack. Shakeology has products in it that help boost your immune system, and while that sounds like a lot of hoodoo voodoo, it's not. It does. When I don't take it, if I run out and I'm waiting for my new shipment, there's a good chance I'm going to get sick. So I try never to miss it. So it's daily. It's the dose. It's, Hippocrates said, let your food be thy medicine, your medicine be thy food. And there it is. If you eat a good, healthy, nutritious, balanced diet, your immune system will function properly and help you prevent needing other medications. So yeah, so it's a dose. It also has a clinical trial behind it that showed it lowered blood sugar, and my mom certainly was an example of that, and lowers cholesterol. So if you want to think of it as a medication for that, in that perspective, then it is in fact a daily dose of dense. Now I'm telling you, this thing is definitely full of superfoods. They have 70 superfoods harvested from around the world. I'm not going to, not going to bore you with all the different ingredients, but check it out. Here's the wall at Beachbody headquarters with all the ingredients in Shakeology. There's so many things in there, from immune boosters to free radical scavengers to things that accelerate hair growth and nail growth, things that you really would find in high-end health foods that are in this one shake. So it is in fact dense. And in nutrition, well, of course it's nutrition, and that's the idea. We tend to eat incomplete amounts of nutrition during our day, either missing complex some of the essential amino acids, or missing some of the trace minerals that are necessary for a healthy immune system function. All that kind of stuff is in here. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, except to tell you the stuff works. It comes in some great flavors. This is a little outdated now because they recently released a coffee flavor called Cafe Latte, which my wife used to drink the vegan flavors, which are in those white things, and that poor strawberry vegan flavor, which was part of our family for so long, just hit the road when Cafe Latte showed up, and now it's just Cafe Latte for her. I personally enjoy the chocolate and the green berries, so we have a lot of different flavors in our house, but it comes in, there's always a flavor for somebody. If you don't like one, there's another one that's wonderful. So, as we just said, we have something for everyone at Beachbody, whether it's the fitness, whether it's nutrition, whether you need equipment to do your programs, whether you want DVDs or streaming access. Beachbody has something available for everyone, whether your goals are weight loss or weight gain, whether you're trying to put on muscle or train for a sporting event, whatever it is, Beachbody has it. And down there in the corner, you can see it says supplements. Beachbody released a line recently called the Performance Line. It is based on the research of a Harvard exercise physiologist, and he created a pre-workout, a post-workout, and hydrate, which is during the workout, and an overnight recharge. And the idea here is that these supplements are going to improve your overall performance so you can get the best possible results, and they're certified safe for athletic competition, including college sports. And here's the kicker. Beachbody recently became the official supplement of the Ironman triathlon. So this stuff not only has to be safe for those guys and women who doing the triathlons, but also has to be very effective. I'm sure you guys are all aware what a triathlon is, but it starts with a swim, goes into a bike, and ends with a run. And in full Ironmans, those runs, there is a total of 140 miles, a little over 140 miles. With that run at the end of everything is a full marathon. So these guys are, and women, saying guys is a general term, but men and women are dependent on their nutrition and the supplementation before and during their performance, and Beachbody is their official supplement. So that sounds wonderful, right? I hear a lot about great programs, great nutrition, great supplements. Does this stuff actually work? Well, you saw a little bit about my before and afters, but here are some before and afters of some other people as well. And you can see that some of these people had a lot of weight to lose and had some very nice success, and some of these people had a little bit of weight to lose and just got very ripped up. It all depends on what your needs are. There is something for everyone to have success with Beachbody. It's one of the beauties of it. You don't have to have a specific body type or do specific types of workouts. There's something for everyone. Okay, so we did the fitness and nutrition, but how about the peer support? Well, look, this is what we do. This is the heart of coaching, is to be a supportive person to the people in your team. So what is a coach? Well, let me start with what a coach isn't. And I know it's tough to start with a negative, but these are some myths that always come up, and I really would like to dispel off the bat. So a coach does not have to be a fitness or nutrition expert. I am neither. I'm not even close. I have no formal training in fitness or nutrition. Um, but Beachbody does, and Beachbody is the fitness or nutrition expert. What I do is match up people with the proper program. Coach doesn't have to be already at his or her fitness goals or nutrition goals. Nope, absolutely not. In fact, the people who are not at their goals are the ones that are the most successful. I have a tough time relating to those guys who are super ripped and have, running 2 hour and 10-minute marathons like the dudes at the Olympics. I don't know. I can't do that kind of stuff. You show me a guy who's in the middle of his journey, who's still 20 pounds overweight, who's running his first race where he couldn't do any of that before, and I look at that guy and go, that dude can do it. I can do it. There was a great video a few years ago of this very overweight woman. She was probably over 300 pounds, and she taped herself or videoed herself doing burpees, and she really struggled with it. You can imagine getting 300 pounds on your shoulders is not an easy task, but she did it, and she kept going, and she kept going, and she kept going, and it inspired so many people to say, lady, if you can get down there and give it your all and do it, then so can I. And that's what we're looking for in coaches, people who are going to support other people. And be willing to share their journey with them. You don't have to be an experienced salesperson. So I'm going to stop there for a second and say, if you're an experienced salesperson, just don't bother. We don't want sales. We're not. There's obviously you have to sell things. I mean, people need to buy the programs in order for them to be successful. They can't do it just by imagining it. But we're looking for people who like the program, who get something out of it, who are fans of the program, and are willing to share their experience with others. So, if you're going to share, that's terrific. If you're going to try to sell people or swindle people or pull a fast one on people, you're not welcome on my team, and I can't imagine too many other coaches would welcome you either. But if you're willing to be kind and patient and help people and actually use their product yourself, then yeah, that's the kind of person we want. So a coach should be sharing how people can change their lives and achieve their goals. So it's about the other people, not about you. You need to be committed to being proof that the product works, meaning you've got to use the stuff. You can't expect to be a coach and never do a single burpee or never drink a single Shakeology. It just doesn't work that way. You need to be proof that drinking Shakeology every day is effective. You need to be proof that doing the 21-day fix is effective. You need to do that, otherwise no one's going to believe you. It doesn't matter how big or small you are, it's just that you're doing it and you're showing that it works. And you constantly need to be improving and developing yourself. Now, for those of you who came on here after my personal development video, this is the best part of Beachbody. This is Beachbody. This is really what Beachbody is about. It's growing as a person. You will only be as successful as you are as your mind is as a person. So the limitations to your success is nothing other than your thinking and your present state of mind. So Beachbody has a set of things called the vital behaviors, and the third vital behavior is personal development. It absolutely changes people's lives. So by developing yourself as a person, you improve your outlook on the world, how you think about things, how you interact with other people, how you your relationship with your family. All those things get better, and that is the heart and soul of what we do at Beachbody, to improve ourselves so that we can be more effective coaches to help other people. So they often say that things like Beachbody is a personal development course cleverly disguised as a business, and that's the truth. In fact, my team and I, we do a personal development video conference every week, and then we also review other personal development things during the week. One of the best parts of what we do. So what are the benefits of being a coach? Well, you get to set your own work hours. So if you you choose when you want to do this. So if you work full time, obviously I work full time. I choose to do my work in the morning when I get up, before I leave for work, and then when I get home, like now when I'm doing the webinar, I get to set that time. And as opposed to at work where I have to do things according to the work schedule. You can be full-time or part-time. Now I think that's a really fun part of things. If you want to build this business part-time, in as little as an hour a day, you absolutely can do that. That's what I'm doing. Some people, though, like my mentor, who is a materials engineer. He's actually had specialized in paper and had a PhD in engineering. He was part of corporate America, making a very good living. 2014, retired from his corporate job, became a full-time Beachbody coach, and now he is at home with his children, puts them on the bus, gets them off the bus. Is there as a very present and full-time dad, and at the same time is making a living as a full-time Beachbody coach, which he runs during the day when his kids are at school. It sounds really wonderful, and it is, and he's so happy. And that's completely up to you, whichever way you want to do this. If you want to do it as part of your retirement planning, that's all of this is as much as you want to get out of it, you put into it. You can build it online or in person, and we'll tell you the vast majority of this business is built online by social media. And very little of it is actually built in person, although that it certainly is possible. You can use your passion and attract people, and that is really critical. So the way that you draw people to you, and a lot of people ask me, hey, how do I actually get people involved? Well, they get attracted to you because of what you put out. So if you're gonna fake it and just talk about fitness all day long, because that's what you think people want to hear, you can have a tough time getting a following. But maybe you really like flowers and gardening, and maybe you really like growing vegetables. I do, in fact. So maybe you're going to share that on social media or share that with other people. That's how you build a following, and those people learn to know, like, and trust you, and then they will be interested in what you have to tell them about Beachbody. It sounds like it's too easy to be true. Oh, I talk about the things I like, and that's how I get people to get involved with Beachbody, but it's been borne out over and over again. So you get to share things that you love with other people, and it will attract them to you. You get to do this online or in person, whatever you like, but mostly online. You can do it full-time or part-time, and you set your own work hours. So it's a lot of really wonderful benefits of being a coach. What are some of the rewards of being a coach? Well, there are commissions for what you sell, for what people buy from you. Obviously, people need to buy product. They're not going to get have success without buying product. So you get commissions for that. But honestly, that's a very small part of what we do. Team growth, now that's where things are at. So in corporate America, if you have a manager who hires a bunch of people to work under him or her, and then someone there becomes a superstar and starts rising up through the ranks, that manager is going to become very threatened very quickly and work to keep that person from taking their job. In Beachbody, we are 100% the opposite. We bring coaches on board who share our vision, and help them become successful. And if by chance one of our coaches becomes more successful than us, that is the best thing in the world, because of the way Beachbody works. That only helps us become better. The better that you can make your coaches, the better your business will be. So not only are we in this as a team, but we are rooting for our teammates to do better than us and focusing on helping them grow. And I don't think there's any other business model that gives you such a team environment where people above you, who have been in the business longer than you and who help bring you on board, are trying to get you to do better than they do, and not only are not threatened by it, but are genuinely excited. There are a lot of other stuff too, which honestly I consider pretty minor. Like you can win trips, there's cruises, and we went to Cancun, a couple years ago. Yeah, it's great. Those are wonderful, and you get recognition. You get on stage in front of 25,000 people at our national conference, depending on what you do, and we congratulate people and recognize them for achievements all the time. And there's always the learning and leadership development and personal development, and those things are really great. But for me, developing the team and helping other people become successful, that is the best part about Beachbody, along with developing yourself as a personal development. Okay, let's get down to some brass tacks here. What can I make as a Beachbody coach? If I work this full-time, part-time. Well, everything is in black and white. Beachbody puts out their statement of earnings at the end of each year. So this is 2015. Obviously, we don't have 16s yet. And this is what you can get or what the ranges are For people who are Emerald, which is sort of like the lowest rank, where you can earn, the smallest team you can create is you and two other coaches. You can earn anywhere, people earn anywhere from nothing, $10, up to $85,000. And then as time goes along and you build bigger and bigger teams, the top earner last year was $3.1 million with an average earning in those ranks of nearly $100,000. So can you make money as a Beachbody coach? Yeah. Can you make a lot of money as a Beachbody coach? Absolutely. Is it easy to make money as a Beachbody coach? Nope. And this is the legal disclaimer that everyone tries to hide somewhere, but I'm going to put it front and center because I want you guys to see it. Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the coach opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. We'll stop there. So what this means is you are not going to do anything as a Beachbody coach unless you are focused on developing the skill set that you need. And I promise you, almost none of us had that skill set going in. I certainly didn't. And you have a real desire to help other people become successful. And if you don't have that desire, you're not going to make any money. And it's as simple as that. The great Zig Ziglar said, if you just help enough people get what they want, you can have everything that you want. And that's what Beachbody is all about. Help enough people find that weight loss and fitness and health and strength to do the thing that they failed at all these times. You help them through it with some top quality products and nutritional products and fitness products, and you help them become successful, and you will make good money. That is certainly there. It's that opportunity is 100% there for you. Okay, so if you were to join Beachbody, what would you get? Well, you would get tremendous training and tools, and we have Facebook-based trainings and email-based trainings. You get free marketing tools. You get communication from the corporate office every day, really, and then every week and every month. And then there's a lot of social media engagement. If you were to join my team, which I really hope you will, what would you get? Well, you would get mentorship from the sponsoring coach, whoever invited you to the call, and from me as well. You get free training, which we provide by our team, so we train you ourselves. We have regular online team meetings at least once a week, most weeks twice a week. We have in-person meetings every quarter. We call them Super Saturdays. We have leadership training. I am a strong believer in leadership, and so I definitely spend time on leadership and personal development. Incredible support. I mean, we have a great team, and as I said, we're all focused on helping each other become successful. And then recognition, we applaud and cheer and recognize even the smallest success. I lost 3 pounds. I signed up and, I brought on board a new customer who I helped lose, 15 pounds. Anything that's positive and encouraging, we're going to make a big deal out of it. It's a very nice way to be when you have even your smallest accomplishments recognized. So, okay, fine. Maybe I'm interested in joining Beachbody. What are the options and how much does this thing cost? Okay, so there are 2 options for joining us. One is you can join us as a coach, which I really hope you will consider because we need help creating our mission. And going into January, when it's the heavy part of the year, we definitely need help, spreading the mission because people are really looking to get started on fitness programs. Okay, so I'm ready to join your team and help others as a coach, or look, I need to focus on myself right now. At first, I want to join a challenge group with you and be held accountable for my own fitness goals, and I want to be a customer. Both of those are fabulous. So if you join us as a coach, you start by buying a challenge pack, which is a fitness program, and you would discuss that with me or whoever invited you to call to find out which program would meet your needs the best. And then you get your first month of Shakeology, and you get a free 30-day subscription to the streaming service, which is really amazing. And all that is, depending on which fitness program, for the most part, between $140 and $160. And you would get, again, your first month of Shakeology with that as well. And then for starting month 2, there's an $18 a month business fee, which covers all the things you don't want to deal with, like customer service, returns, shipping, training, developing new programs, all that kind of stuff. So for 18 bucks a month, the company continues to be awesome and provide us with all the things that we need, and we give them 18 bucks a month. It's like a steal. If you want to join as a customer, that is totally great too. I mean, I was a customer for 2 years before I became a coach. Nothing wrong with that. Again, you start with a challenge pack depending on which program you choose, $140, $160. That is the best way to go. You could always start with either just Shakeology or the fitness program. But if you want to have success, and I assume you're doing this because you want to be successful, then you buy a challenge pack for $140, $160. And look, if these things don't work out for you, Beachbody will give you your money back. So really, there's no risk here. You are just getting involved and looking for a way to be successful. This stuff will help you be successful. So, okay, so as we wind down over the next 24 hours, what should we think about? What should we do? Well, first of all, the person who invited you here will get in contact with you and ask you a few questions. What did you like most about the presentation? Does Team Beachbody feel like it's going to be a good fit for you? Is it something that you can get behind? And what appeals to you? Would you rather be a coach and help others while helping yourself, or just be a customer and help get yourself, in shape, and talk about maybe coaching it a little bit later on? Think about what becoming a coach can do for you. There's an opportunity to really change the world, to help people lose weight. There's nothing so rewarding as watching someone that you helped say thank you, for helping me be able to keep up with my kids, or get off my diabetic medications, or get my blood pressure down. It is absolutely the most rewarding thing in the world. You can also obviously develop a very successful business in as little as 1 focused hour a day. So being a coach can do a lot of things for you. Who is it that I can help? Is it family members, friends, loved ones, acquaintances, business associates who really could use my help in getting back in their journey? And you would be surprised how many people are just looking for someone to reach out and give them a hand and say, hey, I'm going to go on this journey with you. Let's do this thing together. I'm going to help you. We're going to be successful. They just need that spark. They have failed over and over again. They just need that one person to say, I believe in you. I'm going to help you through this. You could turn someone's life around. What are my own goals and dreams? Am I looking to lose weight or train for a sporting event? Am I looking to make $1 million? All those things are possibilities. It's all up to you. Do you want to retire by the time you're 50, or in the next couple of years? Or do you want to make it so that your spouse, husband, and wife could come home from work and not have to work, or doesn't have to work a second job? Do you want to pay for private school for your children? Do you want to be the person who can help a lot of people achieve their own fitness and financial goals? Whatever your goals and dreams are, write them down and think about how being involved with Team Beachbody, either as a coach or a customer, can allow you to capture those things. So once again, if you guys have questions about anything that I wrote here or I spoke about, please either find me on Facebook, email me, teamfindyourfocus@gmail.com, teamfindyourfocus.com, or reach out to the coach that invited you here. You can always email me directly, and when we're done, I'll always direct you back to the coach that invited you, because we have a team, and we believe strongly in keeping keeping a team spirit and helping each other's customers, each other's coaches become more and more successful. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me tonight. I think we ran over by about 7 minutes. My apologies. Please leave me a comment in the comment section on YouTube, or send me an email, or check out my website. I would love to talk to you about getting involved with Beachbody and helping us on our mission. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks so much.